in Detroit the way we like it, coming off a lot of momentum from the Indianapolis 500 last weekend, and we're excited to hear from some of the drivers. Truly some of the greatest drivers in the world are here with us today. We'll be competing on the streets of Detroit, and we're looking forward to hearing from them here in a few minutes. We also have a dynamic panel that's going to join us here in a few minutes representing both Chevrolet, Lear, and the Grand Prix. So we'll look forward to having some of our guests here talk about their excitement for this weekend. And we are excited. It's the 35th Grand Prix in Detroit's history. Started back in 1982 on the streets of Detroit, and we're so happy to bring it back to downtown Detroit in 2023. Third consecutive year back here in the heart of the Motor City, and we're looking forward to a really exciting weekend. Over 150,000 people attended this event in each of the last 2 years since we've been back downtown, expecting another capacity crowd here this weekend. Our grandstand tickets for Sunday are already sold out, which is awesome. Hoping that we accomplish the same feat on Saturday. We still have rooftop tickets available for people to purchase. If anyone with the media or any of our fans would like to purchase tickets, DetroitGP.com, still on sale. We also have concerts on Saturday night. They're still available on sale as well. It's going to be a great night in the Motor City on Saturday. We're looking forward to it. This event has generated over $100 million in total spending for the Tri-County region since the move back downtown, and we're so excited to get back to everyone in Detroit here this weekend. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate all the media coverage here leading into the event. Packed house today with all of our media partners, so thank you for being here. If you didn't get a chance to talk to the drivers today before the lunch began, a few of them will hang around afterwards, and we'll make sure that we get them to you if you were not able to get the drivers that you were looking for. And of course, you can come see us up in the Media Center, the Detroit Grand Prix International Media Center here on the second floor of the Renaissance Center. We're looking forward to hosting all of you throughout the course of the weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend at that. With that, I'd like to welcome a few of our distinguished guests to the panel. If you could join me here, we're very pleased to be joined by representatives from General Motors, from Lear, and from the Detroit Grand Prix. First up, let me welcome Jim Campbell, U.S. Vice President of Performance and Motorsports for General Motors. Jim, if you join us up on the podium. We'd also like to welcome Kristine Shapiro, Vice President Electronics from North America for Lear Corporation. Thank you for joining us, Kristine. And Bud Denker, he already knew to come up here. Chairman of the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix, presented by Lear. Bud Denker, thank you for joining us. Distinguished panel here today. Jim, we'll start with you. Chevrolet obviously helped bring racing back to Detroit in 2012 by becoming the title sponsor of the Detroit Grand Prix, and GM was key in bringing the event back downtown to Detroit in 2023. Why is this event so important to General Motors? How does it continue to be an important part of what you guys do and what you're looking forward to in this year?
Yeah. Well, good afternoon. It's great to see everybody here. Welcome to Detroit. When we re-entered Indycar in 2012, one of the things we worked with the series on was bringing a race back to Detroit, and they delivered. And so here we are in another year with the Detroit Grand Prix back in the city streets of Detroit. And we love it because it's our hometown, and it allows us to feature our race vehicles and our propulsion systems right here in our hometown. And obviously a lot of those vehicles are engineered right here, and our propulsion systems are actually prepared here in the Detroit area. We prepare our Corvette engine, Cadillac engines in Pontiac, and then our Ilmor Chevrolet engine is prepared in Plymouth, Michigan. And so we can have all of our partners down here to watch these great racers represent our products and compete with some of the very best in the world. So it's a great moment to rally our employees and all of our partners and suppliers to come down here and cheer on our products and our teams. And it's also a great way to get back to Detroit. As we talked about the total spend being over $100 million, that's great, and a lot of benefit to that. Really applause to Michael Montry and to you and Bud around providing 50% of the track is free. It's great, I love it. That's been a big win for everybody. Proud to be here.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. And good point. So, as you said, 50% is free. So the Riverfront for free, Spirit Plaza, Hart Plaza for free, down Woodward Avenue, we expanded that outreach. So it is something that we're very proud of and to give back to the community. We talk about the business impact for General Motors. Over 90 partners, 93 partners here this weekend will be represented. From the business side of things, what does that mean for GM?
Well, it's a chance for us to really spend time with our very close partners and suppliers that help us run our business. We can't do this on our own. And so many of our suppliers have partnered with the Grand Prix event, and so it's great to spend time with them in all the events leading up to this weekend. And we'll be spending time with them over the weekend as well. which is great. And then together we get to feature our products here. In Spirit Plaza, we'll have all of our Chevrolet lineup will be there, and Todd Christensen and his team have the display set up. I walked over and looked at it, so we'll have all of our cars, trucks, SUVs. We'll have race cars over there as well. And then Cadillac will be in Hart Plaza with all of our B-Series Cadillacs and some of our new electric vehicles. And so we have a chance as General Motors and our partners to also have a chance to display our products that we work on so hard together. So it's great to be here with them, and it's a big weekend for us.
Let's talk about the technology, Jim. You talk about the products, but obviously what you're seeing on the racetrack between the NTT IndyCar Series, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, a lot of great technology that General Motors can showcase this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and I see Dr. Eric Warren is here. He's our Executive Director of Global Motorsports Competition, Rzucidlo, Keely Bazin, Jessica Dane, and our program managers for our race programs, and they are linked highly to what we do on the production side. And it's not only learning about the pieces and parts on the track, but it's also the tool sets that Eric and his team are really honing, whether it's CFD, it's simulation, it's using AI, machine learning. We're taking those various tool sets, honing them in racing, where you got to go fast, you have fast learning cycles, and then we enhance those tool sets as the production teams really use them to the best advantage as we prepare our products for the showroom. And so, and one thing I would just mention, Eric and his team work very closely, for example, with the Corvette team. And so the ZR1 that we paced last weekend at the Indy 500 with, they worked on the aero models for that. And then even on the EV side, some of the insights on aero, which are so important in racing, are also important in developing aerodynamics for our EVs and our regular ICE production vehicles. So there's so many things that we learn on the racetrack that transfer over, but there's also tool sets we develop that help the production side. And one other thing I mentioned is that our Cadillac engine, we have, it's a specifically prepared 5.5 liter dual overhead cam V8, and 30 parts on that engine have 3D printed parts added to manufacturing, which we do many right here in the Detroit area. And so it's a fuel rail, the exhaust system, there's 3 or 4 parts that you would see, but there's 30 overall. And so we hone our additive manufacturing skills in motorsports. We can then turn back over to production. So we love racing for a lot of reasons, but tech transfer certainly one.
It's amazing. I think you mentioned the Indy 500 pace car. I think we have that on display right here in the Rensen here this weekend. So technology is amazing. It's a great opportunity for GM to shine this weekend. So we wish you all the best of luck rooting for the Cadillac and Chevy brands this weekend, obviously throughout the course of the weekend. So appreciative for everything that General Motors does to support this event. We're also joined by Kristine Shapiro with Lear, and Lear has been a longtime supporter of the Grand Prix, has been the presenting sponsor of the event since 2015. Kristine, will ask you, why is this event so special to Lear, so near and dear to your heart?
Well, I have to start with saying thank you for having me today, because being here with all these world-class racers made me a cool mom to my 13-year-old son this morning, so that was exciting. But this event is very important to Lear. We have over 100 years of heritage in the city and the surrounding areas in the automobile industry, and we take great pride in giving back to the community. And so we're thrilled. This is our 9th consecutive year as the presenting sponsor, and we couldn't be more proud.
That's awesome. And Lear does so much for the community as well. And it marks the 3rd year for the Grand Prix back in the streets of downtown. As we talk about getting ready to wave the green flag this weekend in the Motor City, what are some of the things that fans can look forward to? Maybe that's a little bit different in years past at the Grand Prix.
I absolutely love this event. This will be my 4th time coming down. My first time was on Belle Isle, which was amazing with the iconic fountain and having the nature setting. But the event downtown totally transforms the event. It is electric. The fans come down, the city comes alive. There's the racing. You can see it from rooftops, you can see it from the street, you can see it from the suites. It's just incredible. But it's more than that. It seems like a celebration in the start of summer with all the concerts and the river walk outside. It's something to be really proud of. Especially I grew up in the Southeast Michigan, and I'm very proud of what the city does this weekend, or how it shines.
Yeah, and as we talk about that, I know you've been to the event before and you've enjoyed it before. So as you think about somebody who's coming down to the Grand Prix for the first time, what advice would you give them for what they must see down here?
Oh gosh, what they must see. I think it's just the whole environment, right? It's electric. It's so fun. Everybody's ready to go and just thrilled to be a part of what's happening in the city. It really gives the opportunity. This event is so special because it's the one annual event where the city shines on a global stage, and we can show to everyone that we really are the Motor City.
We're proud of it. Lear's technology obviously on display this weekend as well. We talked about General Motors, but Lear is a leader in the automotive technology field. There's also a lot of tech for people to see from Lear this weekend. Talk about that a little bit.
So Lear has a long legacy of high-performance products, which makes it a natural fit for us to be a partner with the Grand Prix. You'll see many of our products on several of the GM vehicles that are here today and throughout the weekend. On our seating side, our thermal comfort solutions, which provide massage seats, heating and cooling. We have meticulously crafted fabric and leathers. And then on the E-System side, which is where I'm from, we have the EDS systems, which provide power throughout the vehicle, and then high-crafted electronics that don't only serve ICE vehicles but also EV propulsion vehicles, making ultimate performance and safety.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing some of the Lear products on track this weekend. Looking forward to another dynamic weekend for Lear, and appreciate all your support and continued presenting sponsor here, the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix presented by Lear. Thank you, Kristine. Bud Denker, chairman of the Grand Prix, has been with us from the very beginning when we brought the race back in 2007. I know, Bud, you've got a lot of pride about this event. A lot of momentum, I think more than probably we felt in a long time leading into the Grand Prix. Coming off the momentum of the Indy 500, a great start to the season for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. Great momentum with Fox aboard as the new broadcast partner with Indycar. So talk about what you feel as we get ready to enter the start of the event weekend tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Merrill. Thank you all for being here, 140 people here today. But I want to say thank you and welcome to a few people here, especially. I want to first of all congratulate Alex Palou on an amazing Indy 500 big year. First of all, let's first recognize congratulations to you, Mary, and your team. You're having an unprecedented year, so congratulations on all that. And also Scott Dixon, our defending champion here as well from last year. Scott, thanks for being here as well today as well. And two more thank yous. Michael Montry, to you and your team. If you're part of the Grand Prix team, raise your hand if you're part of our Grand Prix team. You see the hands you raise. You only have 14, 15 full-timers in this entire team that do all what goes on here. It's amazing, isn't it? All putting it together. Thank you all for what you do here as well. One more thank you, of course, to my boss, Roger Penske, whose idea was back in 2006, following the Super Bowl, to bring racing back to our city, and he's really made it possible, along with the support, obviously, of Lear and Chevy. So, Roger, thank you as well for being here today. To answer your question, what momentum we have, right? If you've seen the numbers or not, 7 million people watched the race last week from the Indianapolis 500. 7 million. That's a 40% increase from what we had in 24. It's incredible numbers, but on top of that, 100% increase in the 18 to 34-year-old categories. We're bringing a lot of young people now into this sport that we never had before, which is so important for the legacy of our event and leading it to year in, year out. But a big part of that, as you mentioned, Merrill, has been Fox. I got the chance to watch the race after I got back home, and it's crazily important of what they've done for the pre-race, the stories, the content they're adding to it, the Apache helicopters flying over the cars 150 feet as they had the pre-race. That was pretty great, wasn't it, Joseph? I mean, to see what they've done for our series has really, really helped us. And now, seeing those 7 million viewers last week come into Detroit and watch what we do here in our streets, we have tremendous momentum, tremendous in our series. Thank you, Roger, for what you've done to help us build the series, for you and Mark Miles and Doug and others. But this series, if you're part of it, has never seen the momentum we have right now. We need to capture it, we need to build upon it, and now we're here in Detroit to continue that momentum.
That's awesome. And I know you mentioned to us when you met with our team earlier in the week, just the pride that you felt coming downtown, seeing how the downtown has really transformed. Not only over the last few years as we've seen Detroit raise up, and this is a big part of it, but also just how great the track looks, everything around the venue, the whole downtown area looks. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, for the drivers, when you do your track walk today, you may not see it, but we see it in our eyes. We've added an extra $4.5–5 million of new fencing, new walls. $4.5–5 million this week, this year, once again, to invest in this track. So I think you're going to see a pristine track. Of course, it's a very smooth track. It's interesting. Here's a factoid. The Long Beach Grand Prix is almost the same distance as our race here. There are seven manhole covers on the Long Beach Grand Prix racetrack. We have 215. You guys know it, don't you? We have 215. Last night we spent a lot of time covering a lot of those manhole covers with some epoxy to make them smoother, but how can you make it smooth when you have 215 manhole covers? But it also gives us great racing. Think about this. Last year we had 40 caution laps, far too many, as we all know, 40. But despite that, we had 217 passes. 217 passes and 60 green flags, almost 4 to 5 laps passing every single lap we had. That eclipsed 2023 when we had 183 passes. So we have more passes at this track than almost anywhere we go to, which is incredible for a small, tight track. And 6 of our 9 corners had passing on them. So people said you couldn't pass on it, you couldn't, it's too tight, the walls are too tight, it's too short. And 217 passes last year. So thank you, drivers, for what you do. Let's have a few less caution laps this year, please. But you all make it very exciting for us. And those 215 manhole covers, I'm sure you feel it after the end of the race, don't you?
It's really interesting.